Hey everyone, Polyglot Science Factopedia here, and welcome back to our channel. You know, one of the most common questions I get asked is, what's the easiest language to learn? Well, today we're tackling that very question. We're diving deep into the top 10 easiest languages to learn for English speakers, but with a twist. We're counting down from the most challenging to the absolute easiest. That's right, we're saving the best for last. If you've ever dreamt of mastering a new language, stick around because this video is for you. We'll break down each language, explore its unique quirks, and see why it made the list. All right, language enthusiasts, let's kick things off with our most challenging language on the list, Finnish. Now, don't let its position scare you. Finnish is a fascinating language with a lot to offer, but it does come with its own set of hurdles, especially for speakers of Indo-European languages. You see, Finnish belongs to the Uralic language family, making it quite different from English and its relatives. One of the first things you'll notice is its unique vocabulary. Finnish words often have little resemblance to their English counterparts, so get ready for a serious vocabulary workout. And then there's the grammar. Finnish is known for its complex system of agglutination, which basically means adding tons of suffixes to words to express different grammatical functions. Imagine saying I'm going to the store with just one super long word. It's a bit of a mind bender at first, but hey, every language has its quirks, right? Coming in at number 9 is Russian, a language with a rich history and cultural significance. Now, Russian might seem a bit intimidating at first, especially with its Cyrillic alphabet. But trust me, once you get past the initial hurdle of learning the alphabet, you'll find that Russian has a certain logic and flow to it. One of the things that makes Russian a bit challenging is its grammar. It has a complex system of cases, which means that the form of a noun changes depending on its role in the sentence. Think of it like a grammatical puzzle. It takes a bit of practice to get the hang of it, but hey, who doesn't love a good challenge? Plus, Russian pronunciation is pretty consistent, so once you learn the rules, you can pretty much sound out any word. And let's not forget the cultural rewards. Russia has a long and fascinating history, and learning the language opens up a whole new world of literature, music, and art. At number 8, we have Turkish, a language that's both beautiful and a bit of a tongue twister. Turkish is part of the Turkic language family, and it's known for its agglutinative nature. Now, if you remember from our Finnish segment, agglutination means adding a bunch of suffixes to words, which can make them quite long. But don't let that scare you away. Turkish is actually very logical in its structure. Once you learn the rules for adding suffixes, you'll see that it's like building with linguistic Legos. Each suffix has a specific meaning, and you just snap them together to create complex words. It's actually quite elegant when you think about it. Plus, Turkish pronunciation is relatively straightforward. It's a phonetic language, meaning that words are pronounced pretty much the way they're written. So once you learn the sounds of the Turkish alphabet, you're good to go. 7. German, tackling the language of logic. Coming in at number 7 is German, a language that often gets a reputation for being difficult. And while it's true that German grammar can be a bit of a challenge, it's also a very logical and structured language. Think of it like this. German is like a well-oiled machine. Everything has its place and everything follows the rules. Once you understand the rules, you can pretty much figure out how the language works. One of the things that trips up some learners is the German case system, where nouns change their form depending on their role in the sentence. But hey, it's all part of the fun, right? And let's not forget the vast world of German culture that opens up when you learn the language. From philosophy and literature to music and engineering, Germany has made significant contributions to the world, and learning German allows you to tap into that rich heritage. 6. Italian, the romance language that sings. And now for something a little more melodious. At number 6 we have Italian, a language that's synonymous with beauty, art, and of course delicious food. Italian is a Romance language, which means it shares a common ancestor with Latin, along with Spanish, French and Portuguese. This makes it relatively easy for English speakers to pick up, especially when it comes to vocabulary. You'll be surprised how many Italian words you already know or can easily guess. Italian pronunciation is also quite straightforward. It's a very phonetic language, so what you see is what you get. And let's be honest, who doesn't love speaking with an Italian accent? It just sounds so passionate. Of course, Italian does have its grammatical quirks, like gendered nouns and verb conjugations, but hey, that's all part of the charm. 5. Portuguese, the language of discovery. Ahoy, mateys! At number 5, we set sail for the exciting world of Portuguese, a language that's spoken on multiple continents from Portugal and Brazil to Angola and Mozambique. Portuguese is another Romance language, so it shares many similarities with Spanish, Italian and even French. This means that if you've already dipped your toes into the Romance language pool, you'll find Portuguese relatively easy to navigate. One of the things that makes Portuguese a bit unique is its pronunciation. It has some nasal sounds and vowel combinations that might take a bit of practice to master. But trust me, once you get the hang of it, Portuguese just rolls off the tongue. And the best part? Learning Portuguese opens up a world of cultural exploration. You can immerse yourself in the vibrant music of Brazil, explore the historical cities of Portugal, or even venture into the diverse cultures of Africa. It's a language that's full of surprises. Landing smoothly at number 4 is Dutch, a language that's often described as a bridge between German and English, and for good reason. Dutch is a Germanic language, so it shares a lot of vocabulary and grammatical structures with both English and German. Think of it like this. If English and German had a baby, it would be Dutch. It's like a linguistic melting pot, which makes it surprisingly easy for English speakers to pick up. Now, Dutch pronunciation can be a bit tricky at times, with some guttural sounds that might take some practice. But don't worry, the Dutch are very forgiving when it comes to pronunciation, and they appreciate the effort. Plus, once you get a handle on Dutch, you'll find that you can understand a surprising amount of German and even some Scandinavian languages. It's like unlocking a secret linguistic code. Taking the bronze medal at number 3 is Norwegian, a language that's as beautiful as the fjords of Norway. Norwegian is a North Germanic language, which means it's related to Swedish, Danish and, you guessed it, English. In fact, Norwegian grammar is remarkably similar to English grammar. With a relatively straightforward sentence structure, you'll be amazed at how easily you can start forming sentences in Norwegian. Now, Norwegian does have 2 written forms, bokmål and nynorsk. But don't let that intimidate you. Bokmål is the most widely used, and it's the one you'll encounter most often. Plus, Norwegian pronunciation is pretty consistent, so once you learn the rules, you can sound out most words, and let's not forget the cultural bonuses. Norway is known for its stunning natural beauty, its rich history, and its fascinating mythology. Learning Norwegian allows you to tap into all of that and more. Hola, amigos! Coming in at a solid second place is Spanish, a language that's spoken by millions of people around the world. Spanish is a Romance language, which means it shares a lot of vocabulary and grammatical similarities with English. You'll be surprised how many words you already know or can easily guess. Plus, Spanish pronunciation is very straightforward. It's a phonetic language, so what you see is what you get. No complicated pronunciation rules to memorize. And let's not forget the cultural immersion opportunities. The Spanish-speaking world is incredibly diverse, with a rich tapestry of music, dance, literature and cuisine. Learning Spanish opens up a world of possibilities for travel, communication and cultural exploration. And the gold medal for the easiest language to learn for English speakers goes to French. Oui, oui. You heard that right. French often gets a bad rap for being difficult, but trust me, it's much easier than you might think. French is a Romance language, which means it shares a common ancestor with English, Latin, Spanish and Italian. This means that you'll find a lot of familiar vocabulary and grammatical structures. Plus, French pronunciation, while it has its quirks, is not as difficult as some people make it out to be. And let's not forget the je ne sais quoi that comes with speaking French. It's considered one of the most beautiful and romantic languages in the world, and speaking it just makes you feel sophisticated. Plus, French culture is incredibly rich and diverse, with contributions to art, literature, fashion, cuisine, and more. Learning French opens up a world of possibilities for travel, work, and personal enrichment. And there you have it. The top 10 easiest languages to learn, ranked from hardest to easiest. Whether you're learning for travel, career opportunities, or personal growth, each of these languages has something unique to offer. Remember, every language comes with its challenges, but also its rewards. So, if you're thinking about picking up a new language, don't be afraid to take the plunge. Which language are you most interested in learning? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more language tips and tricks. Thanks for watching, and happy language learning.